he never read my email, just like he never read his first wife book.
Okay,
this
Han
must
Hui
be the
Hui,
issue.
Okay.
About the deportation now.
No, you were flying from Singapore to Malaysia, KL, and then you were reported the request for
Singapore
government, right? Now, what were you going to Malaysia to do at that time? What were you doing there?
I think at that time, people were curious. Is there a horrible dictator who died in Singapore? Then they were also curious. After he died, what's going to happen to his house? Is it going to be demolished or not? So this was the question they were supposed to debate and talk about.
No, what were you supposed to do in Malaysia?
I
You were supposed to speak at conference or what?
Yeah, correct.
Tiananmen, June 4th.
No. I was supposed to attend human rights workshop. It was a
human rights workshop. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were flying from Singapore to KL to speak at a human rights workshop.
Yes.
And then you were deported.
And it was to speak about Singapore.
Of course.
Yeah, because I'm a Singaporean.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So for all the IBs down there,
okay.
they should petition to let me enter Malaysia to talk at workshop again. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Lim Tian, you also cannot go to JB to buy milk powder, right?
Me?
Can you enter JB?
Not at the moment.
Why?
Because my passport has been impounded.
Oh, why?
Well, because of all the charges they levied against me. So, yeah, I got to seek permission if I want to travel.
I can't enter one country. He can't even leave the country. So we are all stuck here. Thanks to the AGC. If not because of the AGC, we wouldn't be here making the videos.
But anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm perfectly happy staying in Singapore. Yeah, and yeah. So I think sometimes it's good to stay put in your own country for an extended period, and then you really observe what is going on. I used to travel a lot. I used to be out of Singapore most of the time. But I will say that the last few years, ever since the advent of COVID, has been very instructive, because then you really can feel the flow of the country. All right, and that has helped me immensely in politics, which I am very interested in, and I have no intention of ever giving up, no matter how many charges I face. All right, and you know that this is a long process. It may take a while for us to bring change about in Singapore, but try as they may, change will come. All right, just like the famous story of the romance of the three kingdoms. Empires rise and fall, wax and wane. Okay? All political regimes change. It is just a matter of time. And there was a very famous British Prime Minister, Benjamin Disraeli, who once said, change is constant. In a progressive country, there must be change. So, yes, I'm happy watching the events unfold, and I'm happily sitting in Singapore waiting for change to happen.
Now, Han Hui Hui.
Well, my son need to serve NS. My son's surname is Tan.
Now that, Hui Hui, I'm sorry to stop you. I think you have posed what, to me, is going to be a critical issue in the coming years. All right? You know something? I served 2.5 years in the Singapore Army. All right? At that time, if you were an officer, you were required to serve 2.5 years. I had reservist obligations until I was 50. On my 50th birthday, I received a letter from MINDEF to say I was no longer liable for reservist duties. Now, today, NS has been cut down to, I think, 20 months. Yeah, I think that is right. But you know what is the more critical issue? The more critical issue is why are new citizens who are 30 years and above exempted from NS.